These OLED units are of course done in the Harmon schools, but what I'm going to talk is an additional and optional activity, and I cannot give a name for this one. But what I can simply say that we tried, it works fine. With the balloons and the other equipment.
This is the car, if I may interrupt you here, please.
Okay.
Okay, so it's really interesting that our school, our campus is actually fairly new, so that means our fire marshal can leave around 4 p.m. because all the students have left. But we were so enthusiastic about building our bridges and being in this creative environment that we want to stay till about 7 p.m. And unfortunately, that meant our fire marshal had to stay too, but I'm sure he didn't mind too much, because it was really fun.
And the last business pictures. Okay, number 4.
We first selected best designer competition, but they really enjoyed. So I want to invite one of those 9th grade students. She was 9th grade, Nancy, to the stage and to explain what she was doing.
Hello, and good morning. And over here is something that I love playing with, and this is actually called the Papa Dropper. Now, me and my friends over here are just gonna show you guys how this works. So let's get ready, guys. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Now, can anybody tell me how many potential energies are in the Papa Dropper?
I think like 2.
Yes, they're actually correct. There are 2 potential energies that are in the Papa Dropper: gravitational potential energy and elastic potential energy. And these 2 potential energies are converted to linear kinetic energy. And because you have that extra added on elastic potential energy inside the Papa Dropper, it makes it to bounce higher than an average ball, no matter what height you put it at. So thank you very much for that. Thank you guys. Okay, hello, my name is Nancy Osazua, and last year I was one of 35 9th graders who participated in the physics projects. Now, being a 9th grader and being used to the environment and taking classes and just knew everything, it was pretty challenging to have to balance physics projects on top of that. But because I was physically and intrinsically motivated, I was able to persevere throughout all my challenges. And it wasn't all hard work. I had a partner by my side who was with me the whole time. And I can still remember that we had to make a video presenting our project, actually. And in this video, we had to use physics terminology. Now that took me way out of my comfort zone because I felt like I was speaking a foreign language or something. It was really different, especially being a 9th grader. But because I had Mrs. Sakar and all the teachers and my peers and my partner who were supporting me, I was able to learn these physics terminologies and be able to present them, like I did to you guys right now, clearly and efficiently. It's not all hard work, actually. It was really fun. We got to present in George R. Brown and in Austin, and because I was a 9th grader, physics wasn't a required class for me yet. I still had to wait till 11th grade. But because, like I said, I really wanted to do it, they were able to work with me and take me seriously. And I was able to learn more and more efficiently than I would have in a classroom because I was not scared to ask a question. It was me and my partner. And not only did I learn my own terminologies from my own project, I learned other terminologies from all my other peers' projects as well. And that really helped me. And I feel that when I go to 12th grade and I want to participate in AP Physics, I'll be able to know a lot of terminologies. And as a 10th grader right now, I'm currently participating in the chemistry project, which has to do with using paper chromatography to break down homogeneous mixtures such as black, the color black. So I want to thank you guys so much for listening, because this is very important to me, of course. And I hope you have a nice day. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The most famous hovercraft in Cosmos.
Hello, my name is Sergio Mendoza, and I'm one of the 4 who built the most famous hovercraft in Cosmos, and well, which was even published in the media. And well, I have presented this project more than 30 times in front of the mayor of Houston and state representatives. And some of y'all may have already seen it yesterday in stage and maybe in the STEM Expo. And the reason why it hovers is because the coefficient of force of friction of air is less than the coefficient of force of friction of the ground, which makes it hover. And as he said, last year I was taking regular physics instead of pre-AP physics because I was so scared of physics. And as I started to interact with projects and construct them myself, I began to notice that I can understand the most hardest topics in physics. And even I can teach it to my classmates and evaluate their knowledge. And now I'm taking AP physics. And well, I'd like to thank all my teachers for giving me the opportunity to interact with the projects and letting me do them by myself. And now that really helped me and it motivated me to take AP physics. And well, as you can see, no child left behind in Harmony School.
Right, last year, 1/3 of chemistry classes and 1/4 of physics classes choose AP physics. So what we see is that by making hands-on activities, if the students are presenting on their own, they are too much engaged and they don't want to give up studying physics. They want to continue with the physics. So there's only one way to continue with the physics, to take the AP course. Okay, so who is coming next? Okay, yes, Daniel is coming next. Daniel.
Hello, my name is Danielle Pink Bailey. I'm a senior here at Harmony Science Academy. I was born in Baltimore, Maryland, and some would say...
It's better that you are louder. Can you...
Hello? Better? Okay, good. Like I was saying, I was born in Baltimore, Maryland, and some would say it's a pretty rough town to live in. And growing up in that environment, I grew to be an overly serious person. So that means that everything that I had to confront, I confronted too sternly. But one thing that I gained from being able to be taught through Harmony's curriculum and being able to teach to my fellow students what I have been taught is that not everything is serious, and that even the most daunting principles of physics can be fun. So we have 12 categories of scientific demonstrations, but for courtesy of time, I'm only going to show you 3. And so, but I think the coolest thing about this project is that real butterflies, they only live about a week. Harmony butterflies live forever. So
this is a different category actually. This is a decoration category. So we have regular decoration materials in which we are using in science. And I may give that butterfly to the... So that just to show that it's not a real butterfly. Okay. So it enjoys when you look at it.
Another thing that we use momentum, and we learned that once an object is released and it has a constant magnitude and direction, that it tends to do such until acted on by an external force, which in this case is gravity. We also have here.
Okay, let's go all together.
We also have here Harmony's helicopter balloons, and we use this to learn about. You guys, will you join me? Yeah.
Okay, this is another type of category, the classical toys that we are using in science.
Yes. So you guys, what's the principle here? What? Newton's third law. Yes, that's right. Newton's third law is that. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, both of them. I mean, it's not only Bernoulli's principle, but also
Newton's third law is that for every action, there's an equal and opposite magnitude reaction force. And Bernoulli's principle is that as the speed of a fluid, be it liquid or gas, increases, the pressure within that fluid decreases. So we have that. Then also we have here our thunder tube. Mr. Sakar, we're about to do a thunder tubes. So what's the principle here, you guys?
amplification.
Not you, Sakar, the students. What? Okay, good. And then lastly, we have here our duck in the cups. So So if you guys will.
Right, let's do it with the movie, okay, now that our sound is working fine.
And once below you grab it from the step and just turn.
Slow. So lower frequency, lower, pitch higher. More, more.
When I move the straw closer
So, how the musical instruments work is a difficult topic. They have to learn combining harmonic frequencies. Nobody can sleep, even the...
Let's take a look at the duck cup. When I pull on the string, the sound travels to the cup.
Are you ready?
Exciting science and fantastic schools. Thank you for watching Harmony Does.
So as you can see, when a classmate is teaching the students versus the teachers teaching them, they have no time to sleep at all because they're engaged in what they're actually doing. And this benefits them when because they're learning a different way to think and to comprehend. So versus them learning from a blackboard, they're actually being able to learn how to be engaged in all aspects of life as well as science. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nelly. So by the hands-on activity, they are all the students are doing. I mean, this is a different category. Not one student is presenting, the others are listening. In that category, all of them are doing it, so nobody can sleep in our class. And even some of the teachers beside class, they are also coming, what's going on, and they visit us. So by this way, we will be able to use the multisensory approach to the students. Now, who is coming next? Yes. Just me, you can come.
Hello everyone. So first I'd like to show you my demonstration. This is a chemistry demonstration talking about chemical changes when two different elements combine that have different pH scales and acidity levels. So what I've already put on these white carnations that are fake is phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein is my indicator, and then I'm going to use ammonia solution, which is my base. And when I spray it, I change its color. And there's no pink in here. It's a clear liquid, and it's not magic, it's science. This one is the goldenrod paper. It works the same way. If I put ammonia solution on my hand, clear liquid again, and put it on the goldenrod paper, it's red. Still science, not magic. So they both work the same way. Also, due to the carbon dioxide in the air, the color actually fades away. So I've been using this paper yesterday if you came and stopped by my table, as well as last year in our other presentations. So this year I'm working on a physics demonstration. However, last year I worked on chemistry demonstrations, where I was one of the 50 students working on chemistry demos. I not only learned my own topic, but I learned the other 50 principles as well. So it was kind of like having 50 other teachers around the school and like learning everything, so that way if we learned a topic in class, I was like, oh, I know that, she did that project. We not only presented to our class, but we presented in a little competition that we had after school, which the pictures are up here from the PowerPoint. And we competed against each other. We just had to learn, we learned our topic and made sure we were able to explain so that we were prepared to present in the ISU Public Day, which Mr. Sakar had also talked about, where we presented to kids and adults from of over 2,000 people, 70 different countries and 40 different states. We've also presented in the Austin Capitol to the Honorable State Representative, and we also presented to VIP guests, including Dr. Rod Page, who's also the 7th Secretary of Education, the U.S. Secretary of Education. We've also presented to the mayor, the media. We've also presented to people from companies and organizations like Shell Oil Company, NASA, and even St. Joseph's Medical Center. What the great thing about this is, us kids, we choose to do this on our own. we don't have an incentive there like telling us, oh, extra credit, oh, do this, we'll, help you out. It's our own will, and it helps us learn better marketing ability and social intelligence. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for the chemistry. Actually, as a science teacher, what I observe is that as the students engage more in science and engineering, their social skills may not improve. But by this way, not only they are learning science and not only they are applying science, but also their social skills, social intelligence, even marketing, language skills, they all increase. So Blake, she is now one of the seniors, and last year she was presenting physics demonstration in the 11th grade.
Hi, my name is Blake Hubbard. I'm a senior here, as he said, and I've been here since the 6th grade, so therefore I've kind of been engaged in science for a while now. I'm actually going to show you two types of categories. The first one here is actually one of the physics demos that I learned last year. This is just a rubber plate. There's no suction, no sticking at all. But when I put it in the center and I lift, I'm able to lift the chair. Once again, there is no suction, no sticking at all. And I can actually do this. Pretty much these demonstrations like these, they represent misconceptions. We learn that when we learn things in textbooks first, we're not able to apply it to real life things. So when we're doing hands-on experiments, we're able to prevent from learning the misconceptions. We're able to teach to others, like they said before, we're able to teach them and learn them in different ways. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you the other category.
So actually, it is very difficult for science teachers to solve the misconception problem because the students are believing the wrong principles, and no matter how much you study with them, it takes very long time to recover. But by this way, the students are solving that misconception problems by themselves.
And now the other category we have are actually home experiments. This is a car would assign us an experiment. We go home, and if it works, we show our family, our friends, come back, show our classmates, and they eventually learn it too. So like I said, these are home experiments. This is just a regular jar that you can buy from any home department store. And this is water, 500 milliliters. So what I'm gonna do first is fill it up all the way. And this card says, do not remove. So the original project is actually, when you leave it here, the pressure inside of the jar is actually greater than the atmospheric pressure. So usually when I remove my hand, the card stays in the jar. It kind of acts like a suction. But when I kept doing the project, I realized there was another property, which is surface tension. It's actually undergoing adhesion and cohesion. The water molecules on the surface are able, as you can see, it's not spilling at all. The water molecules are able to stick together, kind of like glue, and therefore it's not spilling. And the only way to break that surface tension is just by shifting the force a little bit. Here is another demonstration that demonstrates surface tension. So here you have like a candle-looking glass, and this is just pure water in here. But when I exert a small force, it sounds like a solid. And I guess you can kind of relate it to when you see people jumping from high points into water. It kind of sounds like a solid. That's what you hear, that surface tension. It kind of acts like a solid when it's undergoing surface tension.
What was the name of the bug?
The water strider. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a bug that's able to run on water, and that's because the pressure of it is not able to break the surface tension.
So the students has no fixed curriculum. They may easily work between the different disciplines. So when they are studying physics, they can easily jump to the life science, or they can easily transfer their knowledge to the math. So by this way, they can easily combine all those knowledges together. Okay, so Blake is also in Science Museum?
Yes, I'm now volunteering at the Houston Museum of Natural Science. I'm teaching to younger kids different demonstrations such as these, and it kind of prevents them, like I said before, to learn the misconceptions because they're able to learn it and they're able to apply it because they see me applying it to something. So like you said before, I'm planning to be a psychiatrist. I'm hoping to apply this to my further experiments, knowledge, trying to figure out how the human brain works and how we can learn from that. So Also, like they said before, we have a really wonderful support system here. We have our teachers, friends, classmates, everyone, our family, and I just like to thank them all now. So, yeah, thank you.
Okay, this is also a different case for me because Blake has already taken physics course. She is going to graduate this year. She has many AP courses, but as a volunteer, she is coming to my lab and taking many demonstrations and presenting it at the Science Museum. And she continues to learn the physics principle, and she really enjoys it. And I don't know what's the motivation behind it exactly, because I will not be able to give a name for those things. But maybe when he becomes a psychologist, he will be able to explain me the idea in detail. Right. What is also important for the Gideon is that he has a job, he is working, he has limited time, but I always saw him in the morning at 7 o'clock in front of the lab waiting for me to open the lab.
Alright, hello everyone, my name is Gideon Ami, and Mr. Sakar said I am a pre-AP physics student with him. I don't know why, but I just couldn't help assigning myself with a project to work on, which was an engineering and design project. Actually, it is a roller coaster. And it covers 3 principles of physics, and by the way, I have to give credit to my partner. He worked on this with me after school. This right here on the screen is my roller coaster, and let me just say that I haven't started learning conservation of mechanical energy or circular motion, which are 2 main points in this roller coaster. And when I reached my goal, when I finished the roller coaster, I figured out that pre-AP physics wasn't sufficient enough to explain the principles of the roller coaster. And through this project, I found out that I needed to learn rotational dynamics, which is a property of physics that applies to AP Physics C, which is very specialized, and college and university level physics. And when while I'm creating this and building this together with my partner, I'm acquiring skills of engineering that is also an application of physics. And with this project, I'm able to understand even the most complicated and tricky parts of physics that I was never able to understand before in pre-AP.
Okay, so I just want to interrupt you here. Gideon and his partner, they are not aware that when they achieve their goal, they will be able to solve the most complicated AP physics questions. So the roller coaster that they trying to design, by this way they are learning AP Physics B and AP Physics C topics, and they will be able to solve the physics questions before they choose AP Physics. So by this way, they will have more self-confidence. Now that I can solve it on my own, now that I can solve those questions even in the prep class, why not to take the AP course? So by this way, he and his partner is going to be one of the AP students for next year. Yes, Leon?
Thank you. During this process, I also had the chance to use really special equipment, as if he goes back a few slides, from Pasco, which is a company that makes their products primarily for the college and university level. One of their users is also MIT. And I don't know how it's really financed, but I really have like a great enjoyment by getting to use these kinds of equipment, which are the best a charter school has to offer. And one of the things I really enjoy about projects like this is that there's no formal exam. I really love that. And students are graded primarily on what they learned and how they can apply it and their applicability into the real world. Now, don't mistake this for not having tests at all, but rather providing an opportunity for students to use what they learned in school to share their newfound knowledge with other students. This approach focuses on practical applications such like my roller coaster, and this in and of itself is an authentic assessment of applicability in the real world. And with this demo alone, I've learned so much, and I've had the chance of enjoying a curriculum that has no limits to the amount of knowledge that can be attained. And as soon as I finish the project that I'm working on, whatever it may be, I will go on to design an experiment based on what I learned from it, and so that I can go and teach it and share my knowledge with my fellow classmates. Essentially, in this situation, student teaches student, such like Danielle and all the other people that are on this stage. What is accomplished in these products is also a great assessment. And before I close, I just want to talk about how STEM has been accessible to me personally. As Mr. Sakar said, I usually come in before and after school, sometimes 7 o'clock or a little bit earlier. And I'm able to go up until after school, 5 or 6 o'clock, really late. And just because I'm so enthusiastic and so happy to learn about new stuff that I just couldn't learn while I'm in the classroom environment. Thank you for listening, and have a great rest of the day.
Okay, thank you, Junior. So, this is really important that the teacher doesn't decide how much the student will learn and when the student will learn. There is no fixed curriculum. That is student choice, student voice, there is democratic environment. They can present more and more, they can learn more and more. And because they are presenting those things in front of the public, they are naturally motivated. And they are presenting to the different level of the people. So by this way, they are learning the entire topic related to their demonstration. And they come a level, and you can see that they know sometimes more than the teacher, and they can give instruction better than the teacher. So by this way, and I hope for the future we will have very nice teachers who is be able to working in our schools from those students. So let's finish our presentation with Mesut Atik. Where is it? Mesut is lost again. Where is Mesut? Okay. Right. So that is what Mesut is doing actually in the class. Right. Right, thank you, Mesut. Okay, so...
Hi, welcome. My name is Mesut Atik, and I am currently a senior at Harmony Science Academy, Houston High. And I'm... I plan to study political science in college. Therefore, I don't think that I really need the AP Physics course that I'm taking this year. But since I'm already taking many other AP classes like government and history, classes that pertain more directly to my intended major, I feel that I would be more at ease without the AP Physics course. But the thing is, I am here because of my undying, binding interest in physics and science overall. The thing is that I partake in these physics demonstrations not because I'm going to get a grade for it or like there's something that the teacher will give me. It's just voluntary, and I come here and do these things voluntarily just like each and every one of my friends here today. And the thing is that I've never really had any problems passing or understanding the material in any of my science classes. However, unfortunately, this is not the case for some high school students. And I feel that the lack of interest and aptitude in science and math is a major problem that students my age face. So as a future political scientist, I hope, and I know that if I become one, I will be able to affect the policies and systems of the future. I know the solution to this dilemma. And the solution to this dilemma is the Harmony School system. I have seen how to make STEM accessible to all students and in return have these students engage with STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. I have gone through this system of Harmony and have been raised in this nurturing environment since 6th grade when I first started attending Harmony. Here our teachers encourage us to explore the various fields of science and math, and I would say that I've been pretty successful. But of course, this does not mean that every Harmony graduate will go on and become a scientist in a field of science or math. No. There will be many of us, future social scientists, journalists, politicians, who will have had much exposure and experience in STEM. So, to close off my speech, I would like to thank you all for coming, and I would like to invite my friends and my teacher, Mr. Sakar, who evoked the dormant scientist and physicist in me. Thank you.